Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the show. I'm Jay Blaze.
I'm Bobby Summers.
And we're bringing
What we're bringing?
Opinionated conversations on a variety of topics from perspectives that really don't matter on the Everything Obsolete podcast.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Bobby Summers, the least favorite half of the Everything Obsolete podcast. You know, Jay Blaze is somewhere roaming around Arizona, doing her thing, getting her bread, and healing up a little bit more. Nothing but love out to Jay Blaze for sure. Again, this is the Everything Obsolete podcast where the topics and views are hopefully pretty current, but the opinions are obsolete. Come share our take on the world, one obsolete opinion at a time. Let's go. What we starting off on today? As you see my background, I'm out in the local park area. It's real quiet on this Monday morning or afternoon, depending on what side of the coast you on. It's just a beautiful day today. So I was like, let me just hit the park and spark up this pod right quick, man, because it was a heavy weekend, man. Heavy weekend. A lot going on, sports, a lot of sports startups, some coming to an end, a couple coming to an end actually. I'm gonna try to do this off the top of the head. Again, I'm out in the park. I don't got that mobile server, so I couldn't bring the internet out here with me. And of course, Blaze is out there, so we don't have her internet skills running with us right now. So I'm gonna try to do this off the dome, give you a nice little episode of the obsolete way. Again, volleyball court, basketball court, soccer field right over there to my left, your right. Yeah, but we're gonna get into it, man. A couple of entertainment news stories I want to get into for sure. Not many. Delivery truck just passed by. There's like a little local street. I don't even know why it's going down this block actually, because there ain't no store. Well, no gas station all the way about a mile or two down. So they probably shortcut through here. Anyway, I got my little notes that I'm gonna spit out to you guys. And you know, some of these opinions might not be what everybody else is thinking, but it sure is what Bobby Summers is thinking. What should I start off with? I think this is sports heavy because so much went down, and then of course you got then you got some entertainment. I'm gonna knock it out. I'm gonna knock it out with sports, man. Let's start off with the obvious. This weekend, the NFL started off from Thursday's game to tonight's game. Beautiful NFL fucking weekend, right? I guess that's a big deal for a lot of people. I know everybody's getting into their fantasy worlds. You know what I mean? And I'm not truly into that, but I am privy to it. So yeah, like everybody's ecstatic. Everybody got ambitions, right, for this year. I kind of follow more to. I'm gonna put it out there, world. I like the Cowboys, but I also like talent. So, and that goes for all sports. You know what I mean? I just like talent, especially now. When I was younger, I probably would have been like, hey, I'm a Cowboy fan. And I still am. Don't get it twisted. Played a good game. Not good enough, obviously. No moral victories here, man. And that goes for a lot of other teams that played. I know last night, I think Pittsburgh and the Jets, they played a close one. No more victories though, right? For the Jets, they gonna hold that L. Like all the other Kansas City lost. Was there a Thursday night game as well? That was the other. That was the other Thursday, right? Because it was Dallas, Philly, and then it was Kansas City Chargers. So yeah, no, that was a close game. No moral victories, right? Just try to get better for the next game. But it was exciting. Um, I'm running through some of these games just to. I don't know if there was any. Were there many blowouts? I mean, when you lose by a touchdown or two, I don't really call that a blowout. I mean, 44-6, yeah, that's a blowout. 44-30, I don't really call that a blowout, man. That's just motherfuckers made mistakes or they were playing catch up the whole game. Um, I think the Giants got blown out. Um, I'm not sure if the Jaguars won, but I did witness Travis Hunter's first NFL catch on the offensive side. I didn't see much of him play on defense. I was running around myself this weekend. But yeah, excited that there's football, bro. Um, a lot of the quarterbacks kind of showed, like Aaron Rodgers played phenomenal. Dak Prescott played phenomenal. Jalen Hurts had a great game. Um, uh, tonight's game is Monday, right? It's the Bears versus the Vikings. So there's some. I'm gonna jump. It made me think of the Giants. Giants quarterback. They're already screaming for their backup, right? Which is, I think, the rookie who they picked up. So I guess that's a big deal. And then they also got Russell waiting there. But I think they're gonna play the rookie first and have Russell, just in case the rookie gets hurt, have Russell back up the rookie. I don't know why didn't they just come out, like why didn't they just play rookie first game? That's what you draft high for. You draft high to play these motherfuckers. If you grabbed a fucking fifth round quarterback, understandable. Otherwise, play your fucking quarterback, man. If you grab the top first, second round quarterback, play that motherfucker, man. Why? I understand about throwing motherfuckers under the bus or throwing them into the fire, but when you draft high for what you want, you gotta play these dudes, man. Like, I'm sorry. So Dart should be playing, and Russell should be backing him up. What else? What else happened in football? I think I'm gonna mention something. I'm gonna get to it because it's on my mind. Forgive me if I'm wrong or if this was fake or AI, but there was the Cleveland Browns game. Did the referee have to take a dildo off the field? Are motherfuckers throwing dildos on football fields now? Like, goes back to my initial, issues with the WNBA because someone is carrying a dildo all the way into the premises. And like, how long are you holding on to this dildo to throw? Like, I think that's more of the problem than actually throwing it on the field. The fact that you're holding on to, you got this dildo in your clutch bag all the way until you get to the event. I think that's hilarious. But yeah, I think a referee had to throw dildo off the field on that Cleveland game. And if this was real, it's kind of like the WNBA. They're not really talking about it. They're trying to not give it light. But I find it hilarious, both sides, that they're trying to keep it light and that someone would carry a dildo for as long as they need to get it into the building to throw it on the field or the court. So both sides are hilarious in this. That my opinion is that it's fucking hilarious. So that's what the NFL. I'm gonna lead the NFL, brand new season, just started. I'm gonna keep it light on the NFL, just excited that it happened or that it's starting. Excuse me. Um, let's go right. Let's go into the WNBA and coming to the end. We got like what, maybe 2-3 games left. I'm being a little biased. Let's talk about them Las Vegas Aces. Last night they won yet again. And to my knowledge, that's like 14, 15 wins in a row. Jay Blaze was here, she'd be like, yeah, that's what it is, right? Uh, Domination on a whole other level. And maybe they're talking about it, but I'm not like laser focused. But if Aja Wilson is not the league's MVP yet again, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Um, Probably has a lot to do with Nafisa getting hurt and not playing like the latter part of this. Not that she has to, because the Lynx are still holding on to the number one spot. That's how big of a gap they had. With the Vegas Aces going on a 14-game win streak, they still are not in first place. That just tells you what the Lynx were doing like the first half, 3/4 of the season. But to back up my point on Aja being MVP yet again, another 31-point game. She leads the league in almost every real statistic that everybody kind of puts their eye to: points, rebounds, especially at her position, for sure. I think rebounding, she's second to Angel Reese, which I like this transition a little bit because Angel Reese has some things going on, as far as saying things detrimental to her team, um, which I don't agree with. In my opinion, you got to put a fucking fire under your organization's ass, especially when you play like her. Everybody is not a fan of Angel Reese's game. But it don't matter if you're a fan or not. The numbers are numbers. Whether you think she stat pads or not, or she's doing unprecedented things, man. It don't matter. Like when are you having like I don't see them talking about Caitlin Clark's 3-point percentage being at like 20%. My bad if it's 27. My bad. But I don't see people shitting on her for having a 20. And that's her thing, right? Her thing is to hit the deep ball, right? That's her thing. That's what she do. Facts. And let's not even talk about her not being able to play much this year. Like, due to injury, legitimate injury. So when Angel Reese is out there, and she's kind of been hurt too. She's been hurt a little bit, but not as much, not like where she missed, half the season. But she's definitely took time off for injury. But dominating the boards, like, just give her flowers, man. Dominating the boards, averaging double-digit points. Like, what the fuck else you need her to do? Sorry for my, like, what's the problem? Just give her flowers. She good at that forward position. Now, do I think she needs to step up her level of play when she plays against the Ajas, the Nafisas, the what's the center? My girl from the Liberty. That's my girl too. Why do I not remember her name? But when she's playing against the Liberty, and now Oneska's name is in my mind, but Stewie, when she plays up against Stewie, and what else is it like those big name girls, that are playing down in the paint. which is where Reese kind of lives. Like I think her level of play needs to increase. And is she learning that? Hopefully. That's where I think her growing spurt is going to be, because everywhere else I think she's good. Let's get into the Golden State Valkyrie. I've been talking about them as well. You know, that's kind of like me and Blaze's second team. You know, like those are our two teams. Like, you know, we hard on them aces. That's our team. Soon as Vegas dropped the team, we were like, that's us. It don't matter. That's our squad, right? And then they happened to kind of be pretty damn good. Valkyrie, you know, Blaze is a big. If you didn't know, the colors to that podcast are pretty similar to them Golden State Warriors, and it's because of Jay Blaze. So when the Golden State Valkyrie were introduced a couple of years ago, it was already like, oh, like okay, that's all because of the boys, right? It's all because of the Warriors. They're gonna do what they got to do for the women, and the hype is real, and the hype is warranted, because look what this expansion team has done. I mean, I don't know if it's ever going to be duplicated like this. They're holding down the sixth spot in the playoffs, in the playoff run, with like a couple of games left, if that, right? I think the first game that the Valkyrie will play at home is around September 18ish. And I know I've spoken. I think last episode I spoke about how what they're doing is unprecedented, and they're just breaking records. And from every standpoint of an expansion team, they're changing the game, from the creation all the way to their actual play on the court. But here's a little sad point to that. I don't know if it's sad. It's just life of an expansion team, I would say, because their first home game, they won't be able to play at home. And me and Blaze talked about this, because when I mentioned it to her, she didn't know, and she was like, "Hold on, what?" So what happened is, before they were introduced as an expansion team to for Golden State, the Chase Center already booked an event for that weekend. 2.5 years later, the Valkyrie, during that time, they're introduced, and boom, they make the playoffs in their inaugural season. Um, um, and that weekend is booked, so they can't play their first home game at home. And when I brought that up to Jay Blaze, she was like, "Oh shit, word." So fuck it, they should play at the Oracle. I never heard anything about them where they're actually gonna play, but I was like, "Oh shit, that's a great fucking idea." What, playing at the Oracle would be crazy. Now, does the Oracle have any booked events for that weekend? I can't answer that. That I do not know. But that would be bananas on every level. But the girls, from what I've seen, what I've caught a little bit, social medias, they are ecstatic. They super hyped about making the playoffs, man. And yeah, like, it's just phenomenal what they're doing. Like, we got to give them their flowers too. That's going to be taught. There's going to be a 30 for 30 on ESPN about that. I'm pretty sure about this season. I mean, they got a winning record. They're like, if I'm not mistaken, they're like 3-4 games above 500. I mean, that's phenomenal. Let's switch the whole basketball world thing and go into let's not switch. Let's stay in the NBA and the WNBA, because how could I forget the Hall of Fame inductees? Let's go. Let's go from all me and Jay Blaze's life, like our culture. We are so East Coast. And you know our man Carmelo Anthony repping the East Coast hard. Where I'm from, Melo has definitely stomped the grounds, even when he was with Denver, where I'm from. Obviously, he went to Syracuse College, University. So where I'm from, Spanish Harlem, um, El Barrio. He used to run around all the time, even before he was with the Knicks. So then when he got with the Knicks, that him being around the hood was always you never know when you could have bumped into him. Especially where I actually grew up. Hall of Famer. If you don't know any of you YNs, y'all might know the name, but check his stats, bro. His fucking stats are crazy. Crazy. His stats are bananas. Bananas, bro. The numbers are there. The only thing the boy don't got is the ring, and he mentioned that in his speech. Um, I'm not gonna glaze too hard on that, man. But then you also got Dwight Howard. Um, he was check his stats. Everybody might have saw like the Laker and on. I mean, especially for the YNs. Check his Orlando stats. His Orlando stats alone are probably Hall of Fame numbers, bro. Um, and he got his ring. So don't he got like a couple? Does he got one or two rings? I can't remember. But he definitely got one with the Lakers, right? So yeah, he snuck that ring in, right? Um, then you got Maya Moore, probably one of the best ever women to play basketball. Like I think her name goes up there with the Cheryl Millers. Hopefully I said her name correct. Forgive me, forgive me. Forgive me, forgive me. Had to change locations. Let me I'm back in the booth. There was a lot of ruckus started happening outside. So I was like, you know what? Let me a lot of ruckus. Let me change locations, man. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to see where I left off. Because that was abruptly. I'm sorry for the abrupt oh no, not this. That was the abrupt ending right there. I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. Let me see. Can I view my channel? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Where's live? Okay. I'm here. Hey, everyone. Thanks for. Let me fast forward this, y'all. Bump into him. Especially where I actually grew up. Yep. Talking about Mello. Talking about Mello. Look, y'all gonna like this. This is me. Not even 10 minutes ago. His stats. His fucking stats. Crazy. We're talking about Mello. His stats are bananas. Yes, they are. Bananas, bro. The numbers are there. The only thing the boy don't got is the ring. He mentioned that in his speech. Yes, he did. I'm not gonna glaze too hard on that, man. But then you also got Dwight Howard. He was his stats. Everybody might have thought like the Laker and on. I mean, especially for the YNs. Check his Orlando stats. His Orlando stats alone are probably Hall of Fame numbers. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's something I didn't mention that I'm glad. He got like a couple. He got one or two. That I can't remember. But he definitely got one with the Lakers, right? So, yeah. He snuck that ring in, right? He snuck that ring in. I like that I said that. So my more. I'm gonna pause this right there because what I didn't mention was a couple of things. when he said something about giving props to the Lakers, the crowd kind of started cheering, but the camera went to LeBron James. He's at the podium, so he doesn't really recognize that. And then he realizes that the crowd is kind of like still like in a little rucker, a little bit cheering and grumbling. And he's like, huh? And then he notices that LeBron James, he goes, oh, LeBron James is here. He was like, oh, good looking out for coming, you know what I mean? And then he understood what the grumbling was about. So I wanted to bring that part up. And a funny part to me was when, right before the event, there was some commentators, and they bumped into Shaq, and Shaq had on a blazer that was. Oh, he was being interviewed by Dennis Scott, 3D, and so Shaq tells him, "Yo, tell me ask me why I'm wearing this jacket." So Dennis was like, all right, why are you wearing the jacket? He was like, because I'm finally giving my flowers. It was a vest. I mean, a tuxedo jacket, all flowers on it. So that's just Shaq being like, look, when I play against this thing, I mean, and y'all want to call him Superman. I was Superman. He played for Orlando. I played for Orlando. I took Orlando to the chip, lost. He took Orlando to the chip and lost. I played for the Lakers. We won. He played for the Lakers. He won. Like, there's a lot of similarities there, right? In their journey, a little bit, some, not all. Another similarity is that they started to become journeymen at the latter part of their career. Anyway, so he was wearing that vest with the flowers, paying, giving him his props, because yeah, like, he kind of deserves it, right? Like I said, his stats are crazy. And now I'm about to get up into some Maya Moore, and I started ever women who play basketball. Like, I think her name goes up there with the Cheryl Millers. Hopefully I said her name correct. Okay. So now I know where I left off at now, right? Because now I changed locations. Right when I said, right after I said the show, to change locations. Let me let me see. Can I play this? Yeah. Maya Moore. Definitely Maya Moore. Yep. Yep. Her name is up there, so I know where I left off. So we got the Cheryl Millers. We have the Cynthia Coopers, the Tina Thompsons. My personal favorite, and in my opinion, the best ever women's basketball player ever. Swoops. Is it Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper? Yeah. So it's Cynthia Cooper, Tina Thompson, Cheryl Swoops. Again, personally, my favorite ever women's basketball player. I think she is the greatest ever. She's up there with those names. Cheryl Millers, like I said, Tina Thompson. And then there's also a Tina Charles. I think she still plays right now. She's very under the radar type of player, but she has all the stats and the longevity and everything. I mean, she's fucking phenomenal. And I think Maya Moore is in that. Like, does she deserve a statue? Absolutely, she deserves a statue. There's no reason why Cheryl Miller shouldn't have a statue. Amongst those other names that I just said, like Cheryl Miller should probably have a statue outside of UCLA. I think that was her college. She should probably have a statue outside her fucking university, 100%. But Maya Moore is deserving. In my opinion, did she Barry Sanders us? I don't know if you YNs or you young generation know what I mean, but did she leave us too soon? In my opinion, she absolutely fucking did, bro. Like, I needed like another 5, 6, 7 years of Maya Moore because she was the truth. Like, what she did on the basketball court is crazy. But, to each his own. She had to do what she had to do for herself and her mentor or whatever. You know what I mean? I know she found love and everything. So, I mean, that's pretty much a dope ass story ending to that chapter of her life. So, regardless, she deserves all the flowers. She's one of the greatest ever to play the WNBA. Even in college, I think she was like dominant, right? Like, was she a UConn girl? Shit, don't stab me if I'm wrong, man. But yeah. Now we're back in the obsolete cave, so I'm able to now for the rest of these stats that I could jump on it. I could jump on the Google and like. I could get busy right now. Like, I don't have to think off the top of the head, right? You know what I mean? So, like, I'm going to switch off WNBA, NBA, and NFL. We're off. We're going to jump. We're going to slide into this U.S. Open. I mean, if you're not a big tennis fan, so what? Because for the last 2 weeks, tennis just took over. There's the Wimbledon. There's the Australian Open. I'm missing one. There's another major, and then there's the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open. I feel like they ain't nothing better than that shit in ten. I said Wimbledon, Australian. Then there's one other one. There's 4 majors, right? I can't remember. Anyway, like. The U.S. Open is a big fucking deal, and what just transpired, just the Final Four alone was crazy. So from like Thursday, Friday till Saturday, till Sunday, till yesterday, so till Sunday was the final. The women's final was on Saturday. The men's final was on Sunday. There was also a big uproar about why the men's championship was on at the same time that there was 3 NFL football games on. So there was I think Jay Blaze was told me about that one because I didn't hear that about that. But she mentioned that they were talking about like what's going on with all of this. Like why they got 3 football games on at the same time that the U.S. Open. Like, why would they run all of this at the same time? I mean, it is what it is, man. I think it's great for sports in general. But on Saturday, Sabalenka beat Ananova, I think her name was. Beat her. But this how you know you playing with a great one. When Sabalenka spoke after the game, and Ananova is there watching her speak. She made sure to take the time. I didn't watch the men's like this, but she took the time to speak directly to Ananova and tell her, yo, you've been to the finals twice in a row, and I know you're not feeling this L, but when you win, and you will, it's going to feel that much better, bro. Believe me, because I've been there. I said, oh, Sabalenka is the one. She the one, fam. I thought that was like some higher... Her character. It showed a lot about who Sabalenka's character is. You had to catch it. You had to you gotta know sports. You gotta know what it feels like to win and lose. You gotta know how it feels to do both. And and it was that much more powerful what Sabalenka did. Now to get to the finals, Sabalenka had to beat Swalek. who's the number 2 seed. So see, I think within the women, somehow the number 1 and the number 2 played before the chip. In the men's finals, it was the 1 and 2. So I don't understand how the 1 and 2 met in the women's before the chip, and the 1 and the 2 met in tennis in the finals. I don't understand why there was a difference in that. Someone, if y'all know tennis a little bit more than me, please hit me with that one. Like, tell me why the women's met, the number 1 and number 2 seed met in the semifinals, right? But the 1 and 2 in men's met in the finals. But anyway, Sabalenka had to beat Swiatek. That was a tough one. You know, Sabalenka held it down, but that's still the number 2 girl in the world, woman in the world, and that was a great fucking match. On the other hand, Antonova had to beat Osaka, right? Hopefully I didn't tear her name up. I'm sorry, Naomi. And Antonova, when she beat Naomi, and it was I think it was great play, both sides. But I think even Sabalenka, she had the bat, like the whole game. She was gonna win. There wasn't really no scare. In the men's, Alcaraz had to play Djokovic. You saw that Alcaraz was gonna win. Djokovic even said after the match, like, beating them in a 3 out of 5 is gonna be real difficult for me right now. It's gonna be pretty. I gotta play insane tennis, and I gotta be able to run for 5 sets. And at this 3rd set, I was gassed out. I wasn't gonna be able to. I couldn't keep up with him. He kept going to the next level, and I couldn't. But I'm gonna do my damnedest to get at least one more of these majors. That's my goal. I said, oh shit, talk like a champ. Shit. You know what I mean? Sinner had to beat FAA, who's a young upcoming. He kind of ran through the tourney as well. But Sinner was able to give it to him. I think Sinner lost the set. And then it brought it to the finals, where it was Sinner versus Alcaraz. And I'm going through this whole shit because Alcaraz wasn't losing any sets the whole fucking tournament. And he finally lost a set against Sinner. So, but 3-1, took the chip. He good. So that's my tennis talk of the day, man. That, because I had to make sure I bring that up, because the women's tourney is and the men's tourney kind of owned it. I felt like the U.S. Open did its job for tennis, and to put tennis out there and show it. You know, they were playing 12 hours a day. Shit was on TV from 7, 8 in the morning to 8, 9 in the morning, West Coast time, to fucking 8, 9 at night, depending on how long some of these matches went. And that's 12 hours of tennis right in your face. So I think it did a lot for the game of tennis, being out there. Also, where can I go with this? You know what? That was my sports. That sports it was a sports weekend, bro. You gotta vibe with it. But was there anything crazy? I mean, baseball's coming to not an end, but it's pretty damn close. Maybe not as close as the WNBA, but baseball is definitely coming to an end, and playoffs are. I think everybody who's fighting is fighting for that wild card position. From the Yankees to the Red Sox, at least on that side of the coast. I think on the west side of things, it might be is it San Francisco? Shit, I could look that up, right? Why not? Why am I going crazy and not just looking it up? Give me 1 second. MLB, what? Playoff run? playoff picture, wild card standings. Come on, man. Come on, man. Talk dirty to me, boys. Talk dirty to me, boys. Look, so in the AL, you got and only 2 teams make it, right? So you got the Yankees, Boston, and Seattle fighting for it. Yankees got that 2-game lead over the Red Sox. Maybe is it 1.5 game lead. And then in the NL, it's the Cubs. Wow. It's the Cubs. The Cubs got a 3-game lead. Mets, yeah, they fucked up. But yeah, you got Toronto running. Look, how many? What is that? Let's just say there's a 162 game schedule. What this is looking like? 90 and 10. That's probably like a little around the 20-ish games left for baseball. Huh? 82. You take 20, makes it 102. 40. Yeah, there's 18 games left. So we still got some time in the baseball world. But yeah. That's that. And now I'm gonna dip into some entertainment. And it's gonna be pretty obvious because last night was the VMAs. The 2025 VMAs. So like there's you get so much going on with the hosted by the legendary LL Cool J, right? I'm gonna jump right to the end. The best award to get in the VMAs is the Video Music Award. So with that being said, your girl Ariana Grande took that one home. I think she won another one as well, and she also presented Mariah Carey with her award. Was it a what kind of award was it? What award did Mary get? Let me see. Can I do I want to know if did she get like an honorary award because first of all, it opened up with Doja Cat and Kenny G, which I thought was a dope little opening. The song, I just liked the way it opened. It was real cool. It wasn't explosive, and it wasn't like it was just a cool opening for the VMAs. Very cool. That's my word. That's the word I'm gonna use. So in my opinion, it was cool. Everything was all good. You know what I mean? So if you stood up and watched, I do think with commercials and everything, that shit was pretty fucking long. Pause. I think that shit was like 3 hours, 4 hours. The shit was something like that. You had Ricky Martin won the Latin Icon Award, deserving. Been doing this shit for like fucking 40 years. If you don't know, he was one of the youngest Menudo brothers, and because of him, I'm not cuter than all 5 of them Menudos. That damn Ricky Martin. So you got Lady Gaga won awards, Sabrina Carpenter won an award. I think Sabrina Carpenter won Album of the Year. Her album is #1 in the world right now, so I pretty much summed that up right then and there. Lady Gaga, I was reading some. Lady Gaga has something like 22 VMA awards. She won 3 or 4 last night. She also appeared and was able to accept one of her awards while she was or ready to or during her performance at Madison Square Garden. She took time. She left the garden, came to, unless she came straight to the award show, got her first award, and bounced, went to the garden and performed her concert. Yo, you know what type of work ethic you gotta be on? She straight up won her first award, dipped back to Madison Square Garden and performed her concert for what, 30,000 people? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So it was it was in Elmont, New York. So she dipped from the USB Arena in New York all the way to New York City. So that's like in New York State. And she dipped to New York City. That was probably like an hour. I don't know. She probably helicopter rided, something. Taylor Swift and the Kendrick Lamar's and the they didn't win. They didn't win anything. But yeah, this shit went on for like 3 hours, bro. Performances were phenomenal. I told you about the Doja Cat with Kenny G. Mariah Carey, before she was given her award by Ariana Grande, which kind of makes sense too. That was a good pick. But her performance was dope, I think. She ran through a rendition of her history a little bit, and it was, a good like 6 songs maybe, and she just knocked them down snippet by snippet. Like, I couldn't be mad at her performance. The renditions, I think she started off with a new song that's coming out for her new album that's about to drop in like a week or two, and then she ran through some of her, a good 5-6 more songs from all her other classic albums. But yeah, Lady Gaga also performed, which is fucking crazy because she performed in Madison Square Garden too at the same fucking time. She did her live rendition of this monster song that she has out. So yeah, Ricky Martin, before he got his Latin Icon award, he also performed. That was a dope performance as well. J Balvin and DJ Snake did some shit together. That shit was dope. Yeah, there was a lot. Busta Rhymes performed and received an award. Like, there was the Ozzy Osbourne tribute was fire. I think Young Blood did his thing. You already know, Blood. Young Blood, he's a rock and roll. Like, I think if he's the future, like if he's the next, I don't know. But what he did with Aerosmith, that performance was dope. I think their vibes matched. You know what I mean? Like, young Aerosmith, and he had his guitars. That nigga's been playing guitar for Aerosmith. If I'm not mistaken, that's Aerosmith's guitar man. That man doesn't say a word. He just plays that guitar, and he got to be one of the most renowned guitar players. Like you go, oh shit, that's Aerosmith. Like, that performance was by far the best performance, but right hand, neck and neck, pause with it, in my opinion, because I watched this shit to the end. I watched pretty much the entire shit. This is what I got. If I want a podcast and I want to talk about shit, I got to watch shit, right? The Post Malone and Jelly Roll, those motherfuckers, them niggas was in Germany. What kind of flex was that? Jay Blaze was running around the crib. She was doing shit, so she wasn't focused on it. But if she was, these motherfuckers performed from Germany, bro. And the vibe that these motherfuckers have on their tour is crazy. Another couple of niggas that just look like they fit Like they mesh real well together. Cause that performance was in front of God knows it's 50,000 people plus the millions watching the MTV Awards, like the Video Music Awards, excuse me. Yeah, like that. I had to mention that because that shit was fire. But like the the performances gotta match the awards, and I think the VMAs did that. It kind of balanced each other from the awards that they were giving out to the performances. I don't know if people are into that, but I am. Like sometimes the performances don't match the vibe of the awards that you're giving out to whoever is winning. And I'm not shitting on anybody who wins or whatever. I'm not really, you know, um, I'm not really into that. So, um, I like it to make sense and I like it to fit. I like the puzzle pieces to go where they have to go. And I think MTV, the Video Awards last night did that. I think everything just locked in, from the host to the performances to the awards given out. And I think they did a good job. I also, well, before I leave y'all, like I also saw that the K-pop girls were there. Got to give them some flowers too because they're storming the world. Their movie on Netflix is that K-pop Demon Hunter is like the number one movie like ever on Netflix. So yeah, and let me go. Mariah Carey's award that she got from the VMAs is her first ever award from the VMAs. I don't know if anybody would possibly even know that, but yeah, letting y'all know that was her first VMA. She died like it only took 40 years, 30 years or so for her to get that because she probably should have been had an award. But that's my take on what kind of transpired. I know a lot of that was with what was happening just really recently, but my episodes haven't been that far apart, so everything is happening almost in real time. But I'm loving it. Please, anybody who watches this, prayers, send out fast recovery for my girl, my wife, my lady, my woman, my love, Jay Blaze. She's strong, she's good, she's running around doing her thing, but fast recovery for us because I want her back on. She also looks cuter than me, so her being right here is a good thing. You know what I mean? Like I need that energy. But that's my take on everything right there. You already know this is everything obsolete. I'm Bobby Summers, Jay Blaze. We ain't forget you, girl. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's all good, y'all. Holla. See you on the next one.
Once again, thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on socials and all available platforms. See you next where no topics are safe on the Everything Obsolete podcast.
The opinions and views of this podcast are strictly those of the host and guests and should not be replaced for help seeked out by individuals.